This podcast is sponsored by Release Winery. Every wine tells a story. Each growing season, it's our goal to create an artisan Napa Valley wine of exceptional quality. Join us as the story of this ultra-limited wine continues. Learn more at releasewinery.com.
Okay, we are in the Moscato d'Asti and Barbera d'Asti appellation area, and we are in the province of Alessandria. And we do the crush and the early vinification and the bottling process where we first stopped today, in the center of Strevi. You know, traditionally in Piedmont, we used to build the cellars very close to the road and close to the railroad in order of logistics. So our cellar is in the center of the village of Strevi. It was a decision of 3 years ago, exactly 3 years ago. Because I've always been involved in the wine business, of course, because my family ran the winery since I was born at least, but much longer. And I graduated as an engineer, started to work in companies. I worked for Ferrari, the car builders, then for Bombardier, the train maker, for 11 years total. But after a few years, I realized that first I love wine. That's the most important part. And second, I like to do something which I feel more mine. If smaller or bigger, I don't care for the time being, but more mine. So I've decided I had the decision ready since a few years. When I was working in this last company, Bombardier, I started to study went back to the university, studying winemaking, enology and winemaking in Torino. And July 2004, I moved to Marenco. So 3 years and 4 harvests that I've done now so far. This building is what we call cascina. It's a farmhouse. We have 80 hectares of vineyards, and these vineyards was bought by all these vineyards was bought by my grandfather and grandparents. And whenever they bought a vineyard, there was a house with the vineyards because the farmer was leaving to go to town. So now we have 8 houses like this. When he started, they had no use. Now we're starting to use them more and more. We use them for our events, for presentations, wine tastings, and specifically here we have bed and breakfast. We have 2 apartments as a bed and breakfast. The history is very long. These buildings have seen many people since a few hundred years, and local history goes along with national history. I remember my grandmother telling me when she was going to school with the bike and the planes were running on her head in 1945. So, and then more local, and so definitely a lot of history.
Any ghosts?
Maybe sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, it depends how much what you drink. I think. Well, we said sometimes when I go to customers, they are afraid because I'm still pouring in 2015 and we're already in 2017. So we said tonight we have a group of experts. Let's try to take a little risk. And we looked in our cellar to find old vintages that fortunately we had stored. So we had opened the 16, which is the current vintage, the 12 and the 7. I was very, very well surprised, especially by the 7. I love the 12 as well, but the 12 is 6 years old, and that's something that I've already done. But I never went 10 years old back. I had a backup, now I can tell you. If the 7 didn't work opening the bottle, I had 13. So it would have been, yes, it would have been 16, 13, and 12, and you wouldn't know about it. There was a 7. But I can tell you, when we opened the 7, we said, yeah. No, exactly. You need to meet the sisters, because my grandfather tried for 3 times to have a guy, a male son, but he had 3 daughters that probably was, I think, actually they were his fortune, because they have been running the winery since they were like 16, and they're still here today, and they are fantastic. So you're gonna meet my mom, who is the engine of the winery, I would say. She's the one with the passion, and she's leading the winery. Now I'm in, and I'm trying to do that in a certain way. And then my aunt, the second sister, who's Doretta, and she's very good in taking care of the groups. We have always tourists and visitors, and she's organizing all the accommodation. And Patrizia, who's the winemaker, who's the third sister, and she's the winemaker. So Marenco is a girl winemaker, and we like to say our wines have this female touch that give elegance and this unique characteristic to Marenco wines. So you're going to meet the three sisters.
Bring them on in. I'm ready for them.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Okay, we have Doretta Marenco, we have Michela Marenco, and we have Patrizia Marenco, the Marenco Sisters.
The Marenco Sisters. A couple of questions here. First of all, I'm going to start with the winemaker. How long have you been a winemaker?
Da quanto tempo fa l'enologo?
Mi sono diplomata nel 1933, quindi questa è la mia 35esima vendemmia.
Okay, I got my diploma in 1983, so this is my 35th harvest.
I would have never guessed. Congratulations.
Congratulazioni, non se lo sarebbe mai immaginato.
So you're the winemaker, and Michela?
The oldest of the sister.
I didn't think that, actually. And I wasn't even going to say that. Tell me about what you do at the winery here.
Faccio la sorella maggiore e quindi...
My job is to be the oldest sister.
And last but not least?
Doretta. I study in public relations. Scusa, parlo in italiano. Però diciamo che nelle aziende familiari come le nostre non è che c'è sempre un ruolo definito, cioè siamo anche un po', a parte l'enologo che vabbè molto tecnico, ma siamo anche capaci di scambiarci ruoli quando c'è magari bisogno di coprire un posto.
So in family businesses like our own, there's no definite job description. We have developed a habit of exchanging, trading places among us, with the exception of the winemaker.
You seem to bring just an incredible amount of joy to this, regardless of this being a business. It doesn't seem to be a business.
Non lo fate sembrare un'azienda perché ci mettete tanta gioia dentro che non sembra neanche più un'attività economica.
Grazie.
Thank
È
you.
la nostra vita, viviamo qua e lavoriamo.
It's our life. We live here, we work here, we enjoy it here.
It's fair to say you wouldn't do anything else.
Sì, diciamo che noi siamo cresciuti casa e azienda e mio papà ci ha sempre coinvolto, quindi fin da bambina noi quando c'era la vendemmia si vendemmiava, si pigiava l'uva, è sempre stato così, non avremmo potuto fare un altro lavoro probabilmente.
Well, we know nothing else. We've always been between our home and our business, and as we were kids, our father would involve us with the harvest, and we were treading the grapes with our feet, and that kind of stuff. It's always been our life.
You don't tread with your feet anymore, do you?
Però adesso non si pigia più coi piedi.
No, ma ci divertiamo lo stesso.
Well, we still tread with our feet. It's a passito that we make that way.
Nice.
La famiglia è importantissima, l'abbiamo avvertito subito arrivando qua perché comunque ci avete accolto con neonati, tutti quanti c'erano.
Sì.
Quindi la famiglia è molto importante per voi. Yes, we're a wine family.
marencovini.com.
Ladies, it was an honor. Thank you very much. I appreciate you taking the time to be with me.
Grazie a lei.
Thank you.
Grazie.
This podcast is sponsored by Release Winery. Every wine tells a story. Each growing season, it's our goal to create an artisan Napa Valley wine of exceptional quality. Join us as the story of this ultra-limited wine continues. Learn more at releasewinery.com.